All right, and I'll go ahead and share my screen here so that we don't have to deal with like a delay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me get that up there. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Hey,
can you
man.
hear me?
Yeah, welcome.
How you
We
doing,
are
bud?
already live, by the way.
Cool. I'll pull up the stream on
Oh,
YouTube too.
you're on stream?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your deck yet?
No, I figured it was helpful to talk through that with people. Um,
So my thing that I'll add right now is like it's not as I don't know how to say it. It's not as like draft or like deck dependent as you might think. There are like some
mhm.
really annoying champs, but like pretty much you're just gonna be fighting normal fights and you have to deal with a weakness.
Right,
Special Gober.
that was the old one, yeah.
Like obviously Void, and then you'll want some skill champs. I think Jabari's pretty great for this meta.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, your Black Panther would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a Sasquatch with him actually. It was very good.
Hey, ASAP, how's it going?
I
Um,
for me, the what I've found success with is getting champs that are more about spacing.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, Chavez being able to throw a heavy attack and then naturally give spacing to let the weaknesses fall off, or at least have the counter going backwards.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So Diablo's probably good for that. Cap Infinity War would theoretically be good for that, but I don't know if he's like fast enough in general. Valkyrie
Yeah,
is
I don't
very
know.
good right now because you can start reversing her combo and shrugging everything.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Punjabi, how's it going?
I still think Tigra and Doom are worth taking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
without
I'm just worried about messing up with Tigra as well.
Oh yeah.
fair.
Hulkling I think is still good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Nick Fury, yeah.
Yeah.
I have Guardian in my deck and he's been very good.
Okay. Yours is rank 4, right?
Yes, Omega is very good right now because the spores are unaffected by the
Right.
weaknesses.
I understand I may take Jennifer out later, but given that she's rank 4 and her purify chance is up to 60% now, I'm at least going to try that.
That could be
Yeah,
fun.
I was gonna suggest that whenever you got around to this, I want to see if she's gonna be any good.
I think
Yeah,
negative would be pretty good.
yeah. Actually, I disagree.
Really?
Really?
Mine's obviously destroying everything,
But he's 2
but
ranks higher.
yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
higher.
See, my only suggestion with that was like parry, light, back off, and then repeat that so you don't get any weakness on you.
You eventually get weakness near the end. Like
That
I'll
makes
have
sense.
no weaknesses, and then I'll end up having two by the time the special two's over. I'm like, great.
Mm,
Yeah,
It
that
still
makes
takes for
sense.
7K, but it's frustrating. Gallon, Harvest is unaffected by weaknesses.
right.
I think Terrax is good because if he lands an armor break, the
Yeah,
rock field damage is going to skyrocket.
it gets
Mm-hmm.
really nasty. I took him in like 35 seconds with Kingpin, lost half my health.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was gross.
I need to give Sigs to my Terrax. Maybe that's one of the next things I do. Kingpin, of course.
Joe's good.
Warlock's a
Warlock,
great defender, but
yeah,
I hate
Warlock's
using him on attack.
Yeah,
I
that makes
actually
sense.
ban him more than Void.
Yeah, I suppose I should throw Void in.
Or you could ban him.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll just lean that way. All right, I'll bring
Yeah,
Joe.
Bishop and Havoc.
Mm-hmm. Lean into that inequity life. All right, we're running out of room.
AA is always good.
Who do we
I don't
take
know
out
how
for
much you want to do that.
AA? Hmm. Yeah, because we could add in AA. We could add in
Sunspot.
Rintra, yeah,
Oh
Sunspot,
yeah, I don't want
Hood.
that. Ooh.
Hyperion's probably, yeah, Hyperion needs to go in. I'm changing that.
Yeah, Hyperion's in mine. He's been amazing.
Guardian may not be worth it for me.
That's fair. I may drop I-Bomb as well. Just the amount of inequity being run right now.
Dude, it's so annoying.
It's really, and it seems like everyone unlocked that mastery just for this meta.
Yeah. Yeah, I-Bomb's a good defender for me though, because I've seen people try to take him with Kingpin and they still get so much chip damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think he's worth it at rank 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Anyone out of these that you would drop at this point?
For you, maybe
Beowulf.
Joe or Mole Man.
Yeah, I was thinking Mole, since you already have a lot of skill champs that can do what he can do.
That's
I
fair.
don't I don't think you'll ever use him on attack, and
Yeah.
he's a decent defender, but you have better defenders already.
Okay, so then do you think I-Bombs, CGR? I was also considering.
Did you put Archangel in yet?
No, I didn't put Archangel in yet. I can do that.
I would do Archangel and
Because
Rentro
there are other
as like your
things to
next
ban,
two.
yeah. Okay, we can start with this.
Do you have Reed in your deck?
I do.
Yeah, that's gonna be the biggest insta ban of all time.
I know. I'm not gonna see him all month.
No,
I
and you
am.
shouldn't.
Yeah. That's the one thing that sucks with rank 5s is like your first rank 5 will likely always get banned if they're somewhat relevant in Battlegrounds.
Right, and that's
You
why
know
I've
what?
explicitly told people don't rank 5 for Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Because
People
it's
haven't
just
been
not gonna
banning
work.
my Mr. Negative.
Well, that's disrespectful.
It is, and I tell like I show it to them. They regret it immediately. But I feel like people he's a champ that people crutch on
Mm-hmm.
him and Overseer because I think everyone's kind of grown accustomed to torch bans in general. Anyways,
Is that a rank 5 kitty or just a duped?
that's a rank 5 kitty. But
Goodbye.
she's really bad right now. Don't even ban her.
Okay.
I'm the biggest kitty simp, but you have to be so aggressive the weaknesses take you out. I would still ban a 5-star void. He's that much of a menace.
Even with I don't know. I've got Jabari and we'll see.
Yeah, that's true. It could be fine. All right, I am gonna get back to homework.
Yeah,
I
man.
just wanted
Thanks
to
for
help
hanging out.
today. Of course.
Yeah, I think I'll start with Valkyrie here.
Or I haven't been able to use her much.
Yeah. I don't even know why I banned Doom. I think that just happened. That's fine. I'm taking too long. Um, hmm. I think
Well,
Scorpion and Thing.
yeah, that would make sense. Scorpion's really good if you play him with the heavy charge playstyle.
Hmm. Go a little bit differently, not all mediums. That makes sense.
Yeah, because then you can start using the special ones to get your poisons up or whatever damage over time you choose to use.
Right, but the spacing will be better. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think we probably go Nick here.
Yeah. That's probably the best move there.
I was tempted by Guardian, but I feel like I have better options for APOC. They just haven't shown up yet. But maybe not. Maybe I should be doing that.
Yeah, that's my least favorite thing is like I'll get a better option in the next, draft and then they don't pop up.
Right, and if you go too hard the other way, then draft too aggressively, then you have a bunch of answers and no threats.
Yeah. This game mode. And there's your better option.
Yeah, that's nice to get at least. There's potentially two better options, but I should probably take Rintra.
Yeah. Who was your other one that you were thinking?
Because that
Yeah.
can also do APOC, but probably not anybody else. Alright, I'll do this. Just a little bit, Wolf. Besides, we're matched based on deck size. This person's doing fine. I'm not worried for them. I think I missed that they started with Tigra, but that's fine.
I didn't remember that either.
I have options for Apocalypse. They're gonna try to nuke this, I'm sure. Let's go.
Who do you think they're gonna use for Thing? Tigra?
Yeah. You just can't rely on the unblockable, but it's still better than anyone else they have. And if they try and go for I-Bomb, well, then I don't have to worry about Scorpion. Okay, they're throwing it. That's fine.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know she can't phase, but she can still do damage. It's just
Yeah.
a bit less because of the unblockable thing.
The weakness shuts her down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't use her much. So I'm not as
Ugh.
knowledgeable on her. Was that you or was that the game?
I'm honestly not sure. I don't want to blame the game. It's...
I wish it was easier to report in Battlegrounds because you don't want to pause and lose time.
Yep. Our opponent probably could have won with Tigra given that health loss.
Yeah. They would have had to play perfectly though. I don't think she would have been that fast.
No, because that is the other reason why she's slower is because her special 2 scales with how many unblockable hits she lands, and if she's not going unblockable, she's a lot slower.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, even Finn's not going to get around the unblockable problem, but I also seriously doubt he gets to play her for the entire month since he ranked 5. Or since he took her to rank 5.
I'm kind of glad that I did not get science, but
Mm-hmm.
people ban my overseer anyways, so it's it's kind of annoying anyways.
Yeah, I buy that. Okay, let's think ahead. I think I'm just gonna throw down Nick. I know they have Archangel, but it'll buy me some time. They're probably gonna go Void, and I'll just have to be very clean with Valkyrie. Alternatively, I could try and take Void with Nick, although I would lose health, and I could throw down Longshot.
Yeah, and you could try to cheese with the second life with Nick.
Or they could do that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Scorpion with Shock, in my opinion.
That one makes sense.
Longshot just can't nuke him fast enough. Okay, I think we got this one, given that.
For
No, they didn't.
Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't use Longshot there.
Yeah.
Because he'll eventually go immune to Incinerate.
Right, but I don't think the others are at all a good option.
Yeah, I think Scorp is gonna be fine. Yeah, so then yeah, you're doing it right. Medium, light, medium into the special one after. That was a nice little heavy charge to get the 2 torments up.
See how this goes. They are not running Limber.
Yeah, I just realized that.
I'm not used to going for 3.
Yeah. What's up, Cyber? Yeah, that's me on call. Oh, that special 2 here would be so sweet.
No, but then we lost a bit.
Uh,
Yeah, his special 2 keeps him awfully close.
yeah.
This is not going as well as I was hoping.
Yeah, I thought it would go just a little bit faster.
Okay, there's one of those fun striker interactions we've heard about.
Yeah. That's insane.
Dude has so much health. This is so annoying. Alright. I mean, I
Nice.
wasn't worried given what our opponent did, but like that was tough.
I always forget how high his health pool is.
The thing is that it's not, every time I go and look at it, it's not quite as high as you remember. But it's like, it's the crit resistance and the health pool and the long specials. He's just, yeah. I
Annoying.
think it's more tempo, actually, than health.
Yeah.
Hey, Cyber. Opened 2 features, pulled iDoom and a new King Groot. Congrats, that's awesome. I used iDoom in War today against EMP Mod Domino.
How did that go?
It was fine. She's annoying. You just play it safe.
Yeah.
I also had House of X on the team, so I crit failed a bit less than you normally would.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Spot's a monster, dude.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that might be the next one. This is a good deck, though.
Your next rank up?
Oh, I meant next ban, but
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
not here. Eh,
No, he's
no.
disgusting.
Yeah. I'm gonna bank on my opponents not being particularly high sig, but it's possible I'll regret it. And that is surprising that a rank 5 Tigra didn't get banned that often. But we are in the first few days, I suppose.
Yeah. It's still wild to me though.
Mm-hmm.
I usually find myself banning whoever their top champ is, because like if their PI difference is over 2000, I know it's likely a rank 5.
Right, and then you know they care.
Yeah. I either know they care or I don't want to deal with the champ on defense. Like I've seen rank 5 dooms and I'm just like, yeah, that's too much block damage.
Yeah, no thank you. Ooh, that's a good pickup. Mm, I know they have Corvus, but I feel like Killmonger is still worth it here. But maybe I just grab Hulkling. I think I just grab Hulkling.
It makes sense. He's always good.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they pick up Sigil Witch next one. I know she's not perfect against it, but that'd be funny. No, they don't even
Yeah.
take it. Oh, we didn't pick up somebody for spam. That's gonna be annoying as shit. We have options.
Mm-hmm. You could always use Archangel.
Yeah, maybe what I do. Because I can use Carl for Callan.
Oh yeah, no, he's perfect for Galen.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, Jay, how's it going, guys?
Hey guys.
It's nice seeing him break 50k there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my bishop was at I think 52 against Slay, and it just looked disgusting.
That's very funny.
Valkyrie's an interesting pick.
Yeah, it's not a dumb one, but I think they've forgotten that Reed can evade on blocks. Hey, Mark. I don't think I've ever set one up, actually.
Depending on where you bank through, you might already have one set up.
That one was me. I could feel it. I actually meant to go for the special 2, or special 1. That was a bad move. This is actually an annoyingly low sig Korg. I was hoping for more Purify Punishment.
Yeah. Because then you get the passive stun, you could just do, 4 lights.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Aiden? What's up, Devil Dog? And Aiden is B. Yeah, thank you, Cyber.
I wasn't
I'm
terribly worried
surprised.
about losing, but I was expecting that to go a
Yeah.
bit better.
Yeah. I thought they would have gotten at least 50,000. Read OP.
Yeah, because there's no way to ramp Valkyrie without staying close, and she doesn't have an evade counter.
Yeah.
Man, they didn't even... They got 10% off defense. Hey,
Yeah.
sure, Aiden. No guarantees that I answer it quickly, but B may also be able to cover that. Hey, Scarco. I mean, I expect Kingpin, but I won't say we'll be okay, but we have good odds.
Yeah.
That came up just recently, Aiden. I'll touch on that in a little bit.
I don't think it does from what I've been testing, but I might just have bad RNG. This is some amazing luck that you're getting.
Yeah, I'm certainly not minding it. Even got a bleed on the wake up there. God.
It's so funny. It's like disgusting how good Archangel is.
It really is. I need to give him some more SIGs.
What sig is he at?
I don't even remember. It might not be that high.
What are your thoughts on putting sigs into him in terms of a benefit standpoint?
I think it's worth it.
I think so too.
Yeah, because the thing is that like if you're aiming for 3 or 4 neuros, yeah, you always want 4 more neuros.
Yes.
That's fine. But like
Yeah.
if you don't have them, the difference between a Sig 1 Archangel with 2 neuros reducing ability accuracy by 50% and
hmm
a Sig 200 Archangel with 2 neuros reducing ability accuracy by 80%, that is a
Yeah.
60% effective difference.
Yeah.
They have 20% of their ability accuracy left instead of half.
Yeah. And him shutting down the abilities could help him continue ramping up.
Right. Like I think it's absolutely massive in terms of safety, even if you hope it never matters.
Yeah, I agree. I was just curious what your take was on it.
Yeah. I know Sim has a very good video that like people
Yeah.
should watch. It's an excellent articulation of the opposing viewpoint, but
hmm
it did not change my
Yeah.
mind.
I'm in the same boat. I thought his video was great though.
Yeah. So yeah, the striker thing is it's counting as stunned right now. And also it's not triple crit rate. It's supposed to come out to roughly double, 45 versus 90. Um, but the thing is that like it probably should count as them not being stunned. But funnily enough, I copied the code for Hercules, and he is looking for that kind of effect. So we're taking a look at. We might end up changing that for both of them.
Where the passive stun from the striker doesn't count?
Yeah, like technically it's not a passive stun, so it should probably count. Like we're calling it flat out striker opening to try and differentiate from the passive stun, and that's why it's using the older
Okay.
icon. But the under the hood, what it's doing is similar enough to a stun that when Hercules was coded, he was looking for it. And I
Okay,
just
I see.
pulled that code directly off him for Absorbing Man because it was the most similar effect at the time. And I was like,
hmm
I have no idea what knock-ons there are. This probably is a good idea. And we're
Yeah.
investigating to see if there are any knock-ons, but it turns out in this case, maybe it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, that makes
It's fine.
sense. It's so funny how similar like it sounds with what you do and what I do.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap between different kinds of coding.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was talking to my fiance today about something I was wrestling with at work, and basically, like, I don't know how I'm going to solve this particular problem yet, and I'm not going to be able to give any of y'all details for a long time because the character isn't announced until late July. But I've already started working on them, and there is a particular challenge in their design, and I was, talking over it with my manager, and basically his response was, "Yeah, you're right. That is definitely the challenge. You've identified the problem. I'm not going to help you solve it yet because I think there's a little bit of A, that's not my job. B, you have plenty of time. I don't have to worry about it. C, I trust you to solve it. D, you trying to solve it is going to be good for you because you're new. Like it's a little bit
hmm
of all of them, right? And
Yeah.
I do think I will solve it. I just haven't yet. But I was talking over all this with my fiance, and then at the end I said, I was like, design is hard sometimes. And her comment was, I have literally heard that exact statement out of her best friend, who works in theme park design, like building rides and experiences and
Mm,
stuff.
yeah,
All kinds of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, Aiden, I thought that you would notice and appreciate that.
yeah. I work with conveyors,
Hmm.
so it's you work on like one type of conveyor, and then you go to a different plant, and it's the same type. So like, oh, I could just steal this code from this one, but
Right.
then there's a certain application on the new conveyor that you can't really apply the old stuff to, so you have to tweak it, and sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not.
Right. That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I learned so much in coding Absorbing Man, because like you look at all the other form changers, and there was some stuff that I had to pull from Emma because she was the most similar. There was
Hmm.
some stuff that I pulled from like Claire. Hitmonkey was actually probably the most direct, even though he doesn't look like a forms champion. There was a lot about the
Hmm.
way his stances were coded that was very helpful.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was just pulling from all sources.
That's pretty cool.
It's a fun job, and having played the game for as long as I have, definitely a huge advantage.
Hmm. Is it all conditional statements, if you can answer that,
At
or most of it?
some point it probably is. The interface I use is not.
Okay. Yeah, everything I do is all conditional statements.
Hmm. It's like kind of.
Yeah.
I can clearly tell I can clearly tell the logic that I'm inputting is being fed into conditional statements and
Hmm.
like where the triggers are and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not literally doing if thens.
Okay, I see. Interesting.
Tiger might actually be better against Rintra right now. There's a thought.
I have no help with you on that one.
What's this scavenger hunt thing I'm hearing about? I don't know because I haven't watched the video yet, Aiden.
You agreed to some. Well, I didn't know what it was when I agreed to it either.
Right. Usopp was just like, hey, are you cool with this? I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Why not? Sounds fun.
Yeah. I think he only asked me, he's like, hey, can I use your name in a video? Oh, may I include your name in a scavenger hunt for BG matches? I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. It just makes every match mean more to me now because I don't want people winning money off of me.
Hmm. I think I actually want She-Hulk. I think I have enough defenders.
Have fun with her, dude.
Like, she's
That's
better against science champions
yeah.
in this meta, but like, I think she can handle the Mystics. Hey, PWF. Yeah, I'm aware of the problem, Aiden. God, they really did not want to deal with my Hyperion having any value, did they? Yeah, it's gonna be Crossbones. Like it's Nick or Kingpin. Look at this freaking. What is that draft?
It's a lot of mystics.
So many.
That reminds me of I can't remember which meta it was. I think it was Rich Get Richer.
Mm-hmm.
This dude had 23 mystics in his deck.
Jeez.
He had like half the mystic roster in his deck. And I got swept. Lost the 2 rounds. I was flabbergasted.
That's so funny.
What's up, Jason?
Please. Beautiful. I'll take it. Hey, Jay, well, how's it going, man? I know he didn't fail the Purify once during that, but that makes me feel like my karma is running low and I need to give him more 6. I almost took him to rank 4 over Black Panther last night. I took Black Panther up because like I've loved him longer and like I felt like it was time. But Crossbones is very good. It was closer than I would have guessed.
I'm glad that people have been getting back on the Crossbones train.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 6200 Crossbones is a different kind of beast.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Guess we just hope we buy some time here. That probably buys us enough time. Hey, Legs,
This
how's
one
it
could be
going?
fun.
He is large.
Yeah, he is a large bull.
Jeez. Stupid master.
Stand your ground.
Mm-hmm.
I love it and hate it.
Yeah. I hate it because it keeps giving us coding problems. But
Oh, yeah. See, I like how it changes the way people can play. Like they don't just heavy spam in the corner.
yeah, I give you that.
But it's also kind of like cheeky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those dirty corner heavy spammers.
Yeah, especially the one-hit heavy guys. The She-Hulk first Rintra fight isn't going as bad as I thought it would. Not like a knock against you, it's just he's a dick.
No,
Sorry.
no, he's awful. I don't normally go for her Petrify, but I just figured he's annoying enough that reversing willpower even a little bit was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I just... Too many freaking mystics.
Mm-hmm.
I should have grabbed Thing there.
Aiden, I agree there. It's just I think it's cool how you can't just like heavy spam in the corner and lock down.
Alright, well, at least we can't D-rank.
I don't even know who I'd go with there. Yeah, Tiger's good, but
Oh no, this is gonna be terrible.
they switched to Chavez. I know she's good, but
Yeah, that gave me a glimmer of hope there.
yeah, because she's just slightly slower.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to deal with the indestructible.
This is gonna be bad, though. Dude,
I hate that so much.
yeah, I have been told that that has. I think people vastly over exaggerate input issues. Literally every update. Like,
Yeah.
nobody is. I knew that before I joined Kabam. We have literal data proving it now. I've always known that to be true. A lot of people are absolutely falling victim to confirmation bias. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing I have seen consistently is that something seems to have potentially changed, making it harder to dex out of multi-hit beams. And
When did
there you go.
that start happening? If you like know day
I have
or
no
time?
idea. But I had a few people like call that out as a reliable problem.
Okay, yeah, because I noticed that against Joe Fixit
Mm-hmm.
using Overseer last season, and I was
Joe
trying to dex
Fixit
out of
was
the
the same one somebody called out, yeah.
yeah. I tried doing it 3 times, and luckily Overseer's debuff detox where he was,
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't get those bleeds on me. But holy crap, dude, it was so annoying.
Yeah.
Hey, am
Hey
I
man.
allowed back?
Yeah. Why on earth did they not use Tigra?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't have used Tigra just because I want to try it.
But that means you have an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
That's fair. I did
I
that
bet
fight with Tigra earlier in like 24 seconds.
I bet that's probably why they did it, just to try it.
Yeah, they knew
Yeah,
that
they
they
knew
had to
they.
win,
Right. That's fair enough.
and I'm completely drunk off the Chavez Kool-Aid. If you haven't noticed,
I have noticed.
she's so good.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Maybe I shouldn't say this. Part of her buff didn't make it to the live server.
Oh
Oh
no.
God! What didn't make it?
The smallest part, but she still technically has the 20% duration penalty instead of 15.
Is it coming soon?
It'll be in the next patch.
So she's getting buff 2.0. Can cancel the Hulk buff. That's going to be worthless compared to that 5%. Let's go.
That's pretty funny.
I
I
don't even
didn't
know who
even
to
notice
ban out
it.
of this. Yes, Warlock, but like it's
Yeah,
unduped. It's,
but it's not going to do damage. Yeah.
Crossbones was great for us. Might as well do that again. Or at least we think so. Because we did some. We have a process where we compare code, and we did that today. And there was a bit of a oops. Um,
Was it high pitched like that one too?
it probably would have been if it was out loud.
Are you liking Black Panther so far?
I haven't used him since ranking him.
Come on, you have to draft. You have to draft him if you see him.
I will.
Marcel
I take him.
PM'd me asking for it, and he was like, "Does he need high sig?" I'm like, "This is the only time I will say
Yes.
that he needs high sig for the shrug. It almost never matters, but right now it does."
Mm-hmm. All right, we're probably grabbing him and Doom, maybe long shot.
I would do Doom, honestly.
Long shot can be deadlier, but it's a gamble. Yeah, I've never felt like a master of the Quicksilver decks, but I have definitely gotten my butt kicked recently. Yeah, I think we just lead off with Doom.
He's gonna play the Mystic Dispersion game with Shang-Chi, and I don't think he'll win. What?
There is no way that is intentional. Yep, there we are.
Okay, yeah.
He has Nick, so we have to use Panther here.
Why don't you use Panther for Nick, and then Crossbones for Thing?
I think Crossbones is better for Nick. I guess we can try it.
J. Will said, nah, if we face each other during the victory track, I won't ban your skill champs if you don't ban mine. I don't think there's a champ I would ban faster than a rank 5 Atuma, if I'm honest. Like, you don't have to worry.
Would you actually ban him?
Yes, I would actually ban him. That's a thick boy.
I mean, I know the difference between rank 4 and rank 5 is pretty... Oh, dang it.
He's so unforgiving.
What the frick? I threw that heavy immediately, didn't I? Like, I know I messed that up, but I swear I threw that heavy.
Yeah. I thought so, too.
DLL.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. Karma. Hey, Siri, play Karma by Taylor Swift, but don't actually, because this is a monetized stream.
Alright, well, I'm glad we got some early damage in. I'm also shocked that Thing hit that hard with no Furies.
Don't be shocked. He does it to me every time I mess up in war with him. You just that Warlock fight that you sent me, Sue.
Mm-hmm.
My 37% health that I left with was all from the special 3 regen. I just kept getting hit. It was nasty.
I mean, I'm expecting CGR, but... Yep.
I think he's gonna have a really bad time with that. I don't know why. Just gut feeling. But now you can place Havoc and then have him just melt himself.
Oh, right, the Fury. For the whole combo? Good lord. The one time I needed Crossbones to shrug more reliably.
Nice relic use. I love Striker so much.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying him.
Didn't need it to be a guaranteed crit. I just needed it to be over.
That was beautiful. I don't think Crossbones could do better. Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah.
CGR is dumb. Do the sad hella.
Oh. I was gonna do the Black Widow. Just like, okay. Alright. Get wrecked, buddy.
I wonder who he's going to place on D.
I'm expecting Mangog, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
You gonna use Scorpion for Kingpin?
I'm not gonna use Thing.
For... Yeah.
Like, some of them are gonna land.
True. Okay, fair enough.
Work. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, how's it going? Masakri does Nick. Okay.
work. I don't even know what to say.
Is going about as well as expected. That rage came in at such a terrible time. We were actually gonna do some damage.
I got
Oh.
annoyed for you.
But yeah, I the second that you started on the special 2, I knew it was gonna happen.
Stupid 20-second timer. Hate invisible timers.
Me too.
Give Kingpin a visible timer. 2K23.
What the frick is wrong with the Hulk?
That was pretty funny. Oh wow.
Okay.
Jeez. I feel like you deserve that one. That was just. Scoring can be silly sometimes.
Yeah, I guess I just should have placed thing.
I don't know.
Havoc would have been through that fine.
Yeah, but
And
Kingpin
Scorpion
would
would
have
have taken
done
Mancock.
Thing and just such a nasty amount. I almost think you should have attacked with Thing versus Kingpin.
Nah. It would
Hear me
not have
out.
been better.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Because none of the damage is debuff reliant, I feel like you could have done more consistent and better damage.
And I don't think you're correct because Kingpin has physical resistance and Thing has an awful crit rate.
All it takes is one.
No, that's not true. That is
One big
objectively
special
not
two.
true.
But to ramp up Thing, you need to block or parry, and you're going to be giving Kingpin stuff to purify.
Yeah. Yes, and it's not like you weren't ramping Kingpin with Scorpion.
No, I know. I just should have placed Thing.
Yeah.
That's really what it came down to. I overestimated Havoc in one way and not the other. And yes, that is a rank 5 read. Knowing Kingpin has physical resistance, why ruptures? Because I knew it now and I didn't know it 3 minutes ago, Cope. Things slip my mind is really the only answer I have.
It happens to the best of us. Is that a rank 5 Valkyrie? Yeah. Get that out of here. I do know.
Should have gotten rid of Warlock, but that's fine. I've got options.
There's Mary is an interesting alliance. There's some. I hope that this is a legit player.
Well, they want to do something stupid against a Kabam employee on stream with witnesses and get themselves banned for the rest of the season. Be my guest.
Honestly, I really hope it happens to you at least once. Not that I hope that you lose to a modder, but just because like it's just the wrong person. Could not be the wronger person. Thank you. Did you add Guardian back in?
I never ended up taking him out.
Uh,
Not seeing any science this round.
I used Havoc for Doom earlier, and it went pretty well. You're gonna regen a lot. I mean, obviously Archangel's better, but you just build. Eventually, you get that big special 3 off it. I think it was like 66 seconds for me, and I think a rank 3 would have killed all the same.
We'll see. I may regret not having Jen. Oh well. Either way. Do I think She-Hulk is still relevant? Yes. Absolutely. I think the only reason She-Hulk ever felt irrelevant to people is because they spent way too much time focusing on her uses in Abyss rather than the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping she gets a lot of war use this season. Knowing you, she definitely will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Read OP.
That was actually a rather ironic punctuation to that, Cyber.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't know how to say it. It's like antithetical to your point, but also, yes, she's still very good.
He
It's just
proves
one
her
of her-
ceiling. I think the problem is everyone misses everything south of the ceiling.
Absolutely. People just are like, I'm not MSD, I'm not gonna do this. Like, there's no point.
Right,
Well,
like she's not Tigra, and people talk about her like she's Tigra.
Mm-hmm.
Tigra's not even Tigra.
I'm well aware.
Yeah. That was really rude of him to nullify the rage.
Mm-hmm.
We all need big yellow
Please?
numbers, or they're not great. That's why you use Chavez, the big yellow and red numbers.
I think it's wild.
There you go. He's gonna have a hard time realizing that.
No, not at all, Cyber. Not we get what you're saying. Scorp is well received. Yeah, but that doesn't disprove it because his is still like people love focusing on the big bursts. They miss so much of the other things that make Scorpion great. The same way that people look at Quicksilver and they go, "Oh, I don't know if I can line up my special one with a big detonation and terminal velocity, so he's not necessarily worth it." Like Quicksilver is not my favorite champion, but if you decide he's worth it, that should not be your bar. It should be, can I access his utility? Is the damage enough? Like, so often, even with red number characters, people are too concerned with payoffs as opposed to overall impact. How about we just delete powerbacks, Coat?
Yeah. Coates' message made me want to throw up.
It's like when Valkyrie came out and everyone was talking about how she should work with powerbacks. Well, technically, it says,
Yeah.
that would be insane. Aiden said powerbacks make me want to throw up. I hate powerbacks until it's time for a hard war fight where I will get out of it super quickly with them.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Sign them all the time. I just think they shouldn't exist.
Yeah,
Mhm.
two things can be true. I have a full stash whenever I can, and I don't think it's very good.
Yeah. It's like me using Hercules in EOP. I'm gonna complain about
No, that's unforgivable.
it.
Rank 4 Hercules is still probably the best choice for my time spent inside of this game. Which I'm sure Emma's hearing this and saying it could be longer.
That was on me. I probably just lost it for me. Unless they horribly misplayed. Never mind.
Inequity OP.
That is not inequity. That is, oops, I got hit by a heavy, or like, I don't know, something.
It had to have been a heavy.
Right?
Had
Like,
to.
that's... Because then it makes sense. She has a small health pool, he would get deleted by feedback, but... Or she would get deleted by feedback, but... Odd.
That's happened to the best of us.
It absolutely has.
It's like when Omega locked 10 spores on me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's not fun being on the other side of this. Alright. I'm gonna head out.
Later, man.
Yeah, take care.
I have yet to play at a high enough tier that I care about them. You don't have to play that high. You just... God, they trivialize so much.
Well, it's evident with YouTube that you don't have to play Ward and need them or use them.
Well, and it's not like they're only problematic in war.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
that was an early discussion I had where shortly after I was hired, I did say something along the lines of, like, they should be banned in competitive content. If they're not allowed in Battlegrounds, they shouldn't be allowed in war. And the response I got was, I don't want them in my PvE content either. Like,
Yeah.
because unless you juice health pools out the wazoo, they can trivialize plenty of otherwise interesting encounters there, too.
Well, yeah. I mean,
See the
it's
Warlock fight.
yeah. Yeah. A lot of people use them on YouTube for the crazy solos and
Exactly.
just completely trivialize everything.
But she can auto block heavy. But remember, her auto block requires twice as many armor ups on offense as on defense.
Yes.
And it would have been the easiest thing in the world for them to throw a special, lose a bunch of armor ups, start actually ticking down on Havoc, then eat a heavy with no armor ups, get a plasma as her plasmas are on him, and he just spiraling through detonations. You would die in like no time at all. Hey, Kabir, how's it going? What was up with them, but I do wish that the season had actually started with objectives.
Yeah, I missed mine.
I think most of us did. Powerbacks are created for war, command loads shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, that's like technically true, but also not really a productive statement. It was created at a very different time in the game when the people working on war, for one thing, no longer work at the company, and for another, just were looking at things a bit differently. Definitely not as closely. Every time. Every single time I draft Killmonger.
Yeah. That's the most annoying thing about champs like that, though.
Mm-hmm. It's so annoying that it's not even a mutant.
Yeah. That's the sad thing, though, about, Killmonger.
Mm-hmm. Nice, Cyber, congrats. I should probably grab hype. The ball's really good.
Oh, yeah, go Maw.
Hype is just a better bishop counter, and better than Omega Red as well, but we'll see. Also, what makes Killmonger special in the skill class. His weakness does not make him special in the skill class, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I get the point you're making. He is unique, but I don't think the fact that his weakness is completely atypical for
Yeah.
either class on either side of him is a good thing.
Yeah. I do like how he's like an armor up champ. Even though he doesn't like have armor up, but like you know what I mean, like an armor champ, if that makes sense. Because he feels tanky, but it also just doesn't jive with the current skill class.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think there's definitely room for tanky skill characters, and it makes sense that he has an RPG shut off.
Yeah.
It's just probably the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I use here?
I honestly don't even know. Slay probably would have said Omega Red, but you probably want him for the other skill champs.
Exactly, yeah. And Valkyrie, like, theoretically could have done it.
I feel like that's just overextending her, though.
Yeah, because that just. She does poorly against aggro characters and against Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sassy and Wrath. Honestly, Mom might do pretty well.
Hoping so. I should have comboed at that.
Yeah.
I'll take 7.
I always forget how decent Ma is.
That was
Oof.
every time. I really thought that was a special.
Mm-hmm.
That was a parry. You're just a jerk. Excuse me. That was a dex. He's just not going to throw this, is he? Alright, well. This was a Hail Mary anyway. Certainly would have done better,
Mhm.
if not for multiple input failures, but c'est la vie. 100% chance to trigger Wrath while stunned. It certainly feels like it. I'll take that.
Nice.
Why we don't give up. Hey, Tang, how's it going, man? No, somehow we have not kicked Dreamin' yet.
And there's your Omega Red.
Uh-huh. The thing is, their availability isn't even that restricted, Coat. It's just monetized, which is, like, very obviously a half measure. I don't know why I did that instead of comboing directly into... There we go. Maybe I should have let myself get hit there.
Yeah, especially since those weaknesses are up.
Yeah.
For the willpower is what I meant.
No, I hear you. How was
Nice
that not
close
close
parry.
enough? Here we go. I mean, too late. I just should have done that earlier.
Did you mean to get hit by that special too?
I didn't. No, and I
Okay.
knew it cost me.
Yeah. I
Uh,
got clipped by
it
it the
didn't
other
matter.
day too. Yeah, he finished at full health. There's no way.
No, yeah, I added back into 5k and it just wasn't fast enough. But maybe if I gotten clipped by the first one and then healed back.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. There's no way out of this one.
Yeah, hopefully you just destroy this this bishop.
That's the... Yeah. A race was my only hope, but this is not a particularly good hope.
Nice, got the stun.
Think so, but maybe. Ooh!
Oh wow. Yeah, the rank difference mattered there.
Yes, sir.
And them getting clipped by something.
How do I block dex? I always get clipped. Whenever I'm doing the block and dexing out, I use the right side of the screen almost exclusively.
I need to start doing that.
It definitely feels better. Like, in my opinion, both should feel similarly, but
Yeah.
that has helped me be more consistent.
That makes sense because you're immediately like canceling out your block with the dash back on the right side, right?
Yes, I think that's probably what it is. I think, yeah, you probably drop block momentarily on the left and you don't on the
Yeah.
right. Waiting for stream to ask you this. Why does the absorbing man's forms not pause during the opponent's special attack was not part of design? Because that's a choice that we should make intentionally, Ashish, not
Mm-hmm.
a default for every character, in my opinion and in the opinion of most of the team. Like it's a powerful ability and sometimes it makes sense, but I actually like the way Absorbing Man turned out, where like if your opponent throws a special, you know that you're losing time, and so you could go for a heavy because that would give you your crits. That's probably the best damage. Maybe that closes out the fight. Or you can go
Yeah.
like medium, light, light, and try and go for a light intercept because they just emptied their power. This is probably your best chance to get that pause.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to have to make those choices a little more. Um, and sometimes I think it makes sense for characters to be better against characters with short specials and slightly weaker against characters with long specials. Sometimes I think it makes sense for characters to like see no difference between them, like Gore. Um, and I think we owe it to ourselves to swap that up. Well, that's the thing, Aiden, is that like it never ever would have been pausing during specials with these durations.
Yeah.
Like the durations would have gone down. And that's part of what I need is that
Yeah.
if I had dropped the durations and then paused during specials, how awful would it have felt to lose your now shorter forms baiting out special attacks?
Yeah. And with skilled play, you could pause your special or pause your form before they launch special. You just have to time it properly and bait properly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty happy with where he is on that. It is something we discussed. But yeah, I didn't think it made sense for him. Which planetary endurance champs will I not include for defense diversity? Basically look at all of the Corvus charges. Look at them again. Most of those. Let me go look and see if that leaves anyone out. Because
Yeah,
there's
I have them up right now. It's not looking very good.
Yeah, because let's see. Annihilus is fine. Apocalypse isn't worth it. Cable is absolutely not worth it. Crossbones is fine. Gore is fine. Howard isn't worth it. Hulkling is fine. Hulkling and Icarus are great. Gore is also great. Juggernaut's fine. Korg is solid. House of X isn't worth it. Moleman and Nick are fine to great. Nova's good. You can technically charge Corvus on him, but that's moronic.
Mm-hmm.
Odin is fine, but not amazing. Penny isn't worth placing. Punisher isn't worth placing. Scarlet Witch is barely worth placing, because remember, she's an Avenger. That's kind of
Mm-hmm.
playing with fire. Cersei's great. Storm isn't worth it. Terex is great. Valkyrie's great. Like, you can technically ramp Corvus on Valkyrie, but, like, you're going to take so much chip damage just hoping she'll end her combo after throwing a special one. Be my guest. War Machine isn't worth it. Arcus and Venom are great. Yeah, it's literally the Corvus charges. You just delete them. Like
Yeah.
it's not that Odin is a better defender than Magneto, House of X, or Apocalypse, but he's less of a liability. Absorbing Man has to be on nerf lists. He's too OP, especially the regen on defense. Okay, so there's a couple things to go through there. For one thing, because you also referenced it with Hulkling, who was very conspicuously not nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that Hulkling is overpowered. I think Hulkling is very good. And I
Mm-hmm.
think there has been a little bit of atrophy in the discourse in the community where because people say, I think Hercules is fun and Hercules is overpowered, they equate the two. And they say that if something is fun and powerful, then they're OP, right? That's the slang. I know I sound old the minute I say it that way, but I don't care. Like that's how you talk about it. It's like, oh yeah, they're OP because OP means good.
Hmm.
but that's not actually what it means. OP
Yeah.
stands for overpowered.
Hmm.
Hercules is blatantly overpowered. Hulkling is fun. I don't think he's overpowered. Absorbing Man is fun. I don't think he's overpowered, but we don't have data yet. It's possible
Hmm.
parts of him need to be tuned down. We'll see. The regen on defense, though, is not the part that necessarily worries me. I do plan to push for taking it out on fight start, because the whole point of the regen is that you heavy counter to stop it, right? And you can't heavy counter as a fight is starting. That is something that we just kind of overlooked as a team. We didn't test him enough, like starting the fight with him at 50%, right? It was just wasn't part of our process. We'll add it in going forward.
Hmm.
We all learn things. But the regen in general, you haven't seen anyone counter absorbing man specials? Well, that's not them.
Yeah. They need to read.
Yeah, it is. That is on them. It's something to learn, right? Like there are things to learn about all kinds of different defenders.
Yeah.
Um, but if we as a team wanted to specifically design champions to hard counter absorbing man, the way that Gallon and Hulkling hard counter Penny, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it would be very difficult for us to build counters better than Void, Anti-Venom, and Mr. Fantastic.
Hmm.
Or like iBomb or Diablo for that reason. Like there's
Or Ant-Man.
yeah, Ant-Man, thank you. It literally is one of the
Yeah.
best. Like
Yeah. He's my favorite.
the healing counters exist. That's why
Yeah.
he's not poison immune in his base kit, right? That's why that's a synergy, because science has access to poison and it shuts him
Hmm.
down so reliably. Science has access to healing control. And that's where I was going to go next, Dan. Science has access to power control. So do other classes, but science especially can reverse mystic dispersion in PvP modes. And if he never throws specials, he never regens.
Hmm.
Yeah, Scorpion's another one. Like there's a lot of counters to him. It's just I intentionally built him to be someone that you think about fighting outside of 3 or 4 counters, and that means that it's going to take a while for people to get used to him.
He was a lot like Hulkling for me to adjust to, because
Mm-hmm.
Hulkling's very punishing when you don't understand how he works and understand how to play around him, but his kit is so interactable that you can use like so many counters. And I feel
Right.
that way about Absorbing Man, honestly.
The fact that Black Panther and Kingpin are 2 of the most reliable Hulkling counters in Battlegrounds is like exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quicksilver can work too, Coathanger. That one's a little bit trickier because you have to be very careful to make
Hmm.
sure he doesn't go into Uru as you're trying to detonate. But
Yeah.
short of that, it's great.
You could set that up with a heavy punish of a special and then medium, light, medium into your own special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or make sure that he's in magma or something. Like there's plenty of ways to play it. Like that's the thing. When I was building Absorbing Man, I was like, this is a significant defender threat. But then I just went to Aunt May and I filtered by science and I went down the line and I'm like, he's fine.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
Yeah. His block damage is only so bad when you let him refine forms, which is what you don't want him doing
Yeah,
in
exactly.
GG.
Like if you get
Yeah.
used to knocking him out of his forms, you may still have to deal with the regen because of the cooldown on the forms, but you shouldn't have to deal with the burst damage through block.
Yeah.
That is a very specific way that I'm telling you, hey, you played this wrong,
Yeah.
honestly.
Or you can just use an incinerate immune and keep him in magma form
Right. Which
and
was,
just never
again,
worry about the block damage.
another thing I was going for because science has a pretty good chunk of incinerate immunity.
Mm-hmm. Didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
that's the thing. Like I'm not going to tell you like, "Hey, just go read." You should
yeah.
read, but like
Yeah.
that's part of what we were talking about. It's going to take a while to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honestly glad that he's so ubiquitous in Battlegrounds because he's probably not going to be in any quest content in between now and when we have to look at his data. So a lot of our data for how he does as a defender that isn't my absorbing man got 50 kills in tier 25 or my absorbing man got no kills in tier 1 is going to come from Battlegrounds. My absorbing man only got 3 kills in 6 wars last season with the surprise factor. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like in higher levels when people are talking through, talking with their alliance mates, figuring out how to counter him, dueling before they head in, he's not that scary.
Mm-mm. He's pretty mindless if you send the right heal reversal counter.
Mm-hmm.
We sent anti venom on a node 49 absorbing man, and it was a 68-second fight if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And this guy had never fought absorbing man before that fight.
Yeah, it's funny how that stuff works. Yeah, and there's no shame in being caught by somebody new.
Hmm.
That's exactly why I don't use like torch for every mystic, archangel for every person who can bleed and be poisoned. Like
Yeah.
I always go through the EQ practicing my counters because I
Hmm.
don't want to get wrecked later.
Yeah. That was the one thing I tried to do in my video where I talked about like my favorite counter to absorbing man and then tips and tricks on how to use them
Mm-hmm.
or go fight against him. And then someone commented, I showed it to you. They're like,
Yeah,
torch is still the best counter. I'm like, okay, what happens when your torch is banned and you have to deal with absorbing man?
right. Or what happens if you need to use your torch for that Mephisto in
Yeah.
like because that's how the draft went? Who are you going to use for Carl?
Yeah. So
Yeah, well, Sauron and Toad, I weep for them.
yeah. I thought Toad was gonna be harder than Sauron when I initially read the
I still think
spotlights.
he is because you
I
have
think
to
so
push to
too.
the special too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you're using the poison immune, it gets sketchy.
it's real sketchy, real quick.
Yeah. Overseer's actually a really good option for him.
Hmm. Can you turn off the secretion with the concussions?
I haven't tried that, but I have used my special one to activate my stun immunity.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if I, push him past a certain, I think it's 10 prowess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also ramping myself every time I hit him because I'm immune to his poisons.
Yeah, it makes tons of sense. Zemo gave me more trouble than Absorbing Man. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think Zemo was more of a roster check, and Absorbing Man was more of a skill check, personally.
Hmm.
And I think that like I've gotten so much of that feedback where people disagree on who was the harder boss. And in my opinion, that means that myself and say the designer for Zemo um, both did good jobs. We were just
Yeah.
aiming at different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Zemo for me was a bigger pain.
Yeah, and it was mostly just that taunt node.
Yeah.
It made it
But even
so much harder to fight him.
yeah, even then though, like you either have to dance around with a special one and never block again, or push him to a special two and eat a bunch of block damage if you're not good at the decks.
Right.
Yeah, he's a pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw Tang who was in the chat earlier. If I'm remembering correctly, he already has a rank 5.
Oh wow,
Definitely one of the rarest rank 5s at the moment, I'm sure.
that's pretty cool though.
Yeah, definitely am a little jealous of that. Do I have anything in the glory store I can grab? Probably not. Like, not anything. Yep, all the relic stuff is gone.
You end your stream?
No, not yet.
Oh, My Wi-Fi must just be like acting up.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah, mine dropped back a little bit as well. Yeah, it is almost over, Stoops. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You do have a gift. Um, trying to think what to do with these. Maybe I just grab some rank formats because I don't think I need the others. Yeah, I'm fine on
Oh,
basics.
I finally fixed my T3A and T6B imbalance that I got from gifting.
Yeah, I think mine is caught up as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, very nearly.
Yeah, I had 1.5 T6B more than T3A.
Yeah, I was at almost two full ones in difference at
Oh.
one point. It was ridiculous. I spent some loyalty on a
Mm-hmm.
full one, and then I've been just kind of throwing glory at it. Let's see. Yeah, sounds good, G. Use red mags. Yeah, both of the magnetos were super helpful. I think I was the first since I got it from early access, but I've seen a few rank 5 since then. Yeah, I should actually. I'm gonna. We should ask YOLO if you were the first, because I'm
Yeah.
curious. I noticed you were the dual target. I haven't even bothered with Reed because, as I've told some people, I was the third rank 5 Reed, even within my alliance. I don't
That's
know how
pretty
many
cool though.
people. I don't know how many people ranked him out of that though. That would actually be really funny if we were the first three, but I'm sure we weren't.
Yeah. I wasn't even the first bishop, and I thought I would be.
Yeah.
And that's not why I did it. Like, bishop's my only rank 4 plus mutant. But like I thought I had that one sealed, and Yolo told me, he's like, no, someone beat you by like an hour.
Literally an hour.
It was something
Um,
crazy.
that's hilarious. Yeah, I think Toad probably goes up next. Like, I would love to take up Thing, but I'm so dry on science resources at the moment.
Hmm.
I would love, like, almost all of my science rank threes, I would love to have it rank four. Let's see, is there anyone I probably wouldn't take Miles up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't be.
That's about it. If the rest of these were rank four tomorrow, I would be a very, very happy man.
You'd R4 Wasp?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Especially with the Cassie synergy in the game, man.
Yeah, I saw that and that got me excited.
I like Wasp a lot. She's slept on. Just like
Yeah.
short combos into heavies and then cancel a heavy into a special too.
Hmm.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, just give her some buff immunity and she'll fit right in.
Work,
Slap
I
it on
think you
everybody.
were. I swear we asked specifically about your Hulkling. I'm not sure Yolo ever saw that one. I think he was out of office.
Hmm.
We'll have to check. But I would honestly be shocked, given how early work did it.
He rushed it.
Yeah, like that would be insane.
Hmm.
Carrying unblockable attacks with Swiggle is terrifying. Yup, that's why we pretty much don't send her in. Yeah, and then yeah, science is just a great class. Honestly, like I would take Wasp to rank 4 before I would take Torch up, just out of principle. But those are probably the next two after Miles I would leave off on this list. The top four all easily. Titania, Joe, Red Hulk, Void easily,
Hmm.
and then Miguel is just good. What do I care about here? I am gonna take Daredevil up at some point. I built that synergy for a reason.
I've been wanting to rank him up, but just never found like the excuse to do so because
That's
I do like
exactly how
him.
I feel, yeah. I enjoy playing him. Like, his little loop of heavies and specials and balancing the stuff is actually very fun to me, and I think his utility is solid. It's just never been
Yeah,
a priority.
yeah, I agree.
Sorcerer is another one of those. Like, she's good, but she's not good in Battlegrounds, and I have people that I would send with her in my battle group, so it's never felt like I've needed her.
Yeah, she's horrendous in Battlegrounds. It makes me sad because I she was my second rank 4, I think, or second or third.
Yeah. I do want to rank Purgatory at some point. I still love her.
I have her at rank 3.
The problem with taking Night Thrasher up is that I want to take Daredevil up, and I only have
Hmm.
two inadvised, or I only have so many inadvised skill stones to spend.
Hmm.
Ill-advised, not inadvised.
Yeah, and you'd have to deal with me being insufferable.
Mm-hmm. Hey, are you buffing him yet? Are you buffing him yet?
Yeah, come on, dude. Once I see that you rank him up, I'll know that the time has come.
Korg will eventually go up for Battlegrounds. Speaking of skill stones, same with Sasquatch. I'm glad I finally got him duped. I do
Ant-Man.
think I'll take up Ant-Man. Yeah, I like him. Still waiting on that Elsa dupe, but she probably goes up eventually. Venom being duped makes him easier. He's just never been a
Hmm.
priority with Venom Pool. There's so many champions in this game, man. And I honestly like most of them.
See, I've gotten pickier as time has gone on.
Well, it's like I've gotten pickier about who I'll rank, but like
Yeah.
that's because there are so many I like that I
Hmm.
can't rank everyone I like,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I agree. Yeah, my next one's gonna be Jabari.
I She was the other skill champion I looked very carefully at last night. Because I took up Black Panther, but Jabari and Crossbones were both thoughts.
She's insanely powerful.
She's really good. I've been a fan of Masacre for a very long time. Not as long as work, but definitely longer than most. And then obviously I love Hawkeye.
Hmm. What are your thoughts on
Bandage.
Hitmonkey?
He's good. He feels like a necessary evil to me though.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy playing him. Like, it is a very rigid, prescribed thing, and then the opponent
Hmm.
falls over at the end of it, but like, cool.
Yeah. I enjoy him just because he's a monkey. It doesn't take much to entertain me.
I can
Yeah,
respect that.
I mean, monkey pulls out Uzi and then some assault rifle and then a pistol to finish it off. Like first time I saw that, I was just blown away.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Like, he's a very well designed champion. I know, like, it's not even saying anything after that live stream on uh, what was that, last week, I think. But like,
Hmm.
obviously he was also Niv who did the Fantastic Four and Hulkling. Like, I have a lot of respect for the design. I just don't. He doesn't personally do anything for me.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
with
I
Spider Ham.
refuse
What
to
other
rank
champ throws pies in your face? Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to rank Nick anytime soon, even though he's the best skill champ in the game.
Yeah,
So I went for the monkey as my bleeder.
I buy that. I mostly rank for Nick for defense. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
That's just where he sits. I like Night Thrasher. Immune to Incinerate in the skill class is cool. I agree with that. Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
relatively niche thing, and it's like so clearly something that the designer shoehorned in there, but I'm not
Hmm.
gonna give them crud for it because if they hadn't shoehorned it in there, it would be something nobody else had.
Yeah.
Like, that's,
Well, the who's the only other incinerate immune skill champ? Atuma, right?
yeah, and that has a massive asterisk. I don't.
Yeah.
It was actually something we were looking at as a possible goal, and on our like sheet we crossed it out for did this actually ship because it doesn't count.
Yeah.
he's immune to incinerate, but being immune to incinerate knocks him out of immune to incinerate. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't.
yeah,
We could have potentially shipped him where like the incinerate didn't take away his hydration after he went immune and you needed shocks and it would have narrowed him more, and maybe that's what we should have done, but
hmm
we were trying to be nice.
yeah, yeah. Because he definitely needs counters.
Yeah. And he has
Yeah,
them. It's just always a question of how many is enough. Like he's not
yeah,
somebody that you're just going to throw on quest paths because people are going to parry him without realizing and then die horribly.
yeah,
And he's arguably too easy for war, but like where is the line in Battlegrounds defense these days?
yeah. I mean, it's not saying much, but I took him with my rank 4 Starkey and lost, I think, only 4% health, and that was baiting heavies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll talk. I don't know. I think defensive tune-ups are on the table.
Hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
Because, like, the thing is that if you, I understand Spark hits incredibly hard, but
hmm
you shouldn't be able to take him with just a garden variety glass cannon. That should be
Yeah,
exactly the kind of character you should fear him with because of the thorns and small health pools.
yeah. I could pull it up and send you a screenshot of the match.
Oh, no, I know exactly what it looked like.
It was pretty hot. I was pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I think Atum is much more likely to get touched defensively than offensively. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, he needs to hit harder," but like, guys, just get him rolling.
hmm Well, if he was tuned
Later,
up
Snoops.
defensively, it would affect him offensively with the way
Right.
his thorns works.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be, hitting two birds with one stone.
Yeah, sure.
Be pretty sweet.
Skill at the top. Yeah, I thought it was funny how much the relic boosted him. Because obviously it's my best skill relic. It's my only rank 2 5-star. Not that that's a high bar, since I somehow still only have two 5-stars. One of these days I'm just gonna crack and spend a bunch of units on relics, but day hasn't come yet. Watch Nick play Atuma. Yeah, I mean that's that's with recoil. Nick is a special case. I mean the thorns on offense works in the base kit, doesn't it?
I think you need that from the dupe.
Oh no, yeah, there it is. It's yeah, okay. I forgot about that. I was just thinking about the second part scaling with bleeds.
See, I thought the
Sig 1 gives him
thorns damage
so
on
much.
attack. What would you say?
Sig 1 gives him so much.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to talk to you about yesterday. Because
Yeah.
for some reason I thought that the thorns damage he does on attack scaled with Sig. I didn't realize he got it all at Sig 1.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Like it's maybe it should. I don't know. Can't go back on it. Like Atuma's a really, really clean design. It's any potential issues with him really just come down to how dangerous the space he's playing in is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe the 15% chance could come up. It's obviously dangerous
Mm-hmm.
because of the offensive thing. I don't know. If we touch him, then obviously like there will be a full discussion. That's what the balance team is for. That's what the beta is for. If it comes up, it comes up, and if it doesn't, I still think he's a great addition. I really like him.
Mm-hmm. I think he's awesome too.
Still need to get that absorbing man snap skin from the Fear Itself event. It's pretty sweet. Does anyone find the biohazard node for mutants kind of annoying? I guess a little bit. I'm fairly spoiled in that I usually just immediately make somebody a horseman. And I have a rank 4 Magneto House of X who's immune to bleed. And then I usually have a Horseman Toad who's immune to poison and takes it takes no damage from bleed. So I'm probably not the person to ask, honestly. All right, I think I'm clearly fading as well. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
But thanks everybody
Yeah.
for hanging out, and thanks for being on stream, man. Appreciate
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
it. Yeah, Aiden, that synergy is very well implemented. I agree. Later, everyone.